Hello, dear children. How are you all? I hope you all are doing great. So, dear students, in today's video, we are going to discuss question and answers from the chapter Gulliver's Travels from your class 5 English book Marigold. So, dear students, without any late, let's start today's lesson. Section 1, let's read. Question number 1. Why did the captain send the men to the land? So the answer is, the captain sent the men to the land to fetch water, in search of water. Question number 2. Why did the men rush back to the ship? Answer is, the men rushed back to the ship because a giant began to chase them. Question number 3. Choose the correct answer. The giant carried a reaping hook because option A, he was fighting with other giants. Option B, he was going to reap the corn. Option C, he wanted to frighten Gulliver. So the answer is option B. The giant carried a reaping hook because he was going to reap the corn. Question number 2. They put Gulliver on the ground to look at him because option A, they had never seen a human before. Option B, they thought he was a doll. Option C, they had never seen such a tiny man. The correct answer is option C. They had never seen such a tiny man. So they put Gulliver on the ground to look at him. Question number 3. Gulliver was option A, a farmer. Option B, a sailor. Option C, a dwarf. Option D, a giant. The answer is option B. Gulliver was a sailor. Question number 4. Name the creature to whom you would look like Gulliver. The creature is now extinct. The word begins with the letter D. So, giant creatures in past that are now extinct. So, the answer is dinosaur. Dinosaur was a giant creature that is now extinct in this world. Question number 5. From the text, write the sentences that tells you the following. The giant reapers were fascinated by Gulliver. So the sentence is this one. This sentence tells us about this statement from the text. They all sat on the ground to take a good look at me. Next, Gulliver was a learned man. From which sentence we got to know that Gulliver was a learned man? The sentence is, I tried to speak to them in 7 languages. Gulliver knows 7 languages. Of course, he was a learned man. The farmer's son thought Gulliver was a toy. From this sentence, that is, on seeing me, the child grabbed me from the table and put my head into his mouth. This sentence tells us that the farmer's son thought Gulliver was a toy. The next one, the farmer's wife was a kind-hearted woman. Here, later she put me on her own bed and covered me with a clean white handkerchief. This sentence states that farmer's wife was a kind-hearted woman. Section 2, let's talk. Read the following sentences carefully. The giant farmer's voice was as loud as a bellowing trumpet. Second one, the giant farmer's voice was as loud as thunder. So, when something is very cold, we say it is as cold as ice. This is because ice is very, very cold. So from these sentences you must have guessed how to use as plus adjective plus as to show the depth of any adjective. Now complete the following. As dash as a feather. Answer will be as light as a feather. Light as a feather. As dash as a tortoise. As slow as a tortoise. As dash as honey. As sweet as honey. As dash as snow. As white as snow. As dash as an ox. As strong as an ox. As dash as night. As black as night. As dash as a rose. As red as a rose. As dash as a toast. As warm as a toast. As dash as a breeze. As gentle as a breeze. So now use the above expressions to complete the following sentences. The old man's hair is as white as snow. His feet were as cold as ice. The newspaper boy was as slow as tortoise delivering the newspapers. I felt as light as a feather after exercising. Create your own comparisons for the following. Work in pairs. As tall as a tower, as fast as a rocket, as high as the sky, as angry as a lion, as tiny as an atom, as brave as a Jhansi ki Rani Lakshmi Bai. Section 3. Let's write. Look at the following examples. I was trying to climb over the fence when the giant saw me. The farmer's wife was stroking the cat when her 1-year-old son entered. Both the actions were in the past. The second one happened. So, in these two sentences, two actions were presented, and both the actions were had happened in the past, but one is in continuous and another happened that is in simple past. Like I was trying to climb over the fence. Here I was trying to climb. This one is in continuous, and the giant saw me. It's in simple past. In the second sentence, the farmer's wife was stroking. This is in past continuous, but 1-year-old son entered. This is in past simple. So two activities, when we present two activities from past, one that was going on will be in past continuous form, and one that happened that will be in past simple tense form. Now match the following and write complete sentences in the below. Like column A suggests what was happening, what was in continuation, and column B says us what happened, that must be in past simple. So let's join them and make sentences. The first sentence, I was writing a letter when my pen ran out. Here was writing continuous, pen ran out, that is in past simple. Then Paul was looking out of the window when he noticed a butterfly, a lovely butterfly. Then when I met Arun, he was looking for his dog. Ma'am said, stop writing, when I was just completing the last answer. The man was painting the wall when he fell off the ladder. Amit was doing his homework when the bell rang. My mother was cooking dinner when the lights went out. Now complete the following sentences suitably. I was sitting in a taxi yesterday when I saw her. He was cleaning out his cupboard when he found his old photograph. Dash, a dog ran out onto the road. I was passing along the street when a dog ran out onto the road. Dash, the teacher walked into the room. The boys were quarreling when the teacher walked into the room. When we compare two things or people, we add er or more to describing word. Like when we compare three or more things or people, we add est or most to describing word. So here we are discussing about comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives or describing words. When we compare two things, then we have to use comparative degree of adjectives like faster. But when we are comparing among more than two things, then we have to use the superlative degree. Like in the example, you can see that here is a sailboat, a car and a aeroplane. So when you compare between sailboat and car, then we say that the car is faster than the sailboat. But when we compare among these three modes of transport, then we can say the aeroplane is the fastest of all. Like for some adjectives, to make comparative and superlative degree, we do use more and most before that adjective, like difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Correct the use of describing words in the following sentences. Question A. This is the simpler problem of them all. Here we are talking about many problems. So when we compare between more than two things, then we have to use superlative degree. So here simpler is in comparative degree. We have to make it simplest. So the correct answer is this is the simplest problem of them all, which is the lightest of the two parallels. Here we are comparing between two, so we have to use comparative degree. So the correct answer is which is the lighter of the two parcels. He is cleverer than I am. Here is comparison between two, so the answer is he is cleverer than me. I like the best of the two. Comparative, I like this better of the two. Good, better, best. Best is superlative, better is comparative. The flood became worse as the rain increased. The flood became worse as the rain increased. This is correct. Punctuate the following sentences using capital letters, full stops, commas, question marks, apostrophe, exclamation mark, whatever necessary, wherever necessary. So we know the use of full stop. We use it in the end of sentences. For abbreviations, capital letters, we use it before proper nouns, before in the initial letter of a sentence. We do use comma for pause. We do question mark for questions. We do apostrophe for pause or in place of any other letter. We do exclamation mark after exclamatory sentences. So let's do. This is the question which is not punctuated. We have to punctuate it. Let's punctuate it. Here is the punctuated form of that letter. Dear sir, I am sending you a photograph of my newest pet. Here we put full stop, and in Sami we do S as a capital letter because Samir is a proper noun. Then Frisky is a bulldog and a very playful puppy. By next summer he should be old enough to go with us on our long walks. I am sure you are looking forward to see him. I know you will like him. Warm regards, Sanju. So I have punctuated it. Write it down in your notebook. Now punctuate the following sentences. Here we have to punctuate this sentence. What will be the changes? The first letter N will be capitalized. Then comma, we do use comma after my sister, after Meeta. Then State Bank of India, it's in capitalization. Then the dog wags its tail when it's pleased, but a cat waves its tail when it's angry. So the dog, the, in the word the, T is capitalized. Then it's, we used apostrophe. When I went finishing, I caught an old shoe, a plastic bag and a bad cold. Here capitalization is there, and also we used comma. She fed the baby, washed the dishes, put the lights off and went to sleep. She fed the baby, comma, washed the dishes, comma, put the lights off and went to sleep. Wasn't Tim born on the 26th of January 1989? Here W capitalized, then everything is correct. Oh no, the bus was gone. Here after oh no we used exclamatory mark because it's an exclamatory sentence. Section 4, let's find out. Fill in the blanks. A giant tree, a redwood tree of California. A giant bird, ostrich. A giant land animal, elephant. A giant water creature, whale. A giant reptile, anaconda. A giant aeroplane, A380. Section 5, creative writing. You woke up one morning and found yourself in the land of doves. Write a paragraph describing your experience there and how you got back home finally. You might begin like this. So here is our paragraph. Everything around me looked different. I was very worried that where I was now. Then I thought to know and check the place. There was nobody. Everywhere is so quiet that human organ step was creating a hippo. I was very worried and I went to walk to a place where nobody was there. I have nothing to do. I was so hungry. Then I saw some fruits at a tree and I hate it when I saw a flight taking off. I was raising hand and shouting, help me, but nobody replied. Then I saw that was about nearby and the man was sitting in it. I shouted for help. He listened me and I got saved to my home. I don't know what this person, but it was a horrible place and nobody went to go there for any reason. Thank you dear students for watching this video. I hope this video will be helpful for you. If you like this video, then like. If you have any doubt regarding this video, then feel free to write down in the comment section. Share this video with your classmates. If you are new to my channel, then do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you will never miss an update from my channel. Thank you. Stay in touch.